These are not your average hair growth tips. Hey love, welcome back. If you are new, my name is Angelica. I post videos twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays, all about growing healthy, long, natural hair. I also post some reactions to some natural hair TikToks and just other fun videos. If you'd like to see more of that, also a little bit of skincare and makeup when requested. So if that seems like something you might be interested in, consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there. Make sure you hit the bell as well so you get notifications every single time I post. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so straight into it, I'm going to be giving you some not so average hair growth tips. These are some tips that are not usually given to me, that I haven't heard very often. So I thought I would share them with you because these are all tips I have done. These are all tips I have used on my own hair, and as you can see, my hair is flourishing, it is growing, it is healthy. So I thought I'd share some of these tips with you. There are only about 6 or 7 of them. So make sure you stay tuned all the way till the end. Let's get into the first one. So the first thing is to keep your routine as simple as possible. The simpler, the better. First of all, you have less reactions, less risk of your hair breaking or drying and you not knowing what happened. The second thing is, if your routine is simple, you are more likely to do it. You're more likely to find the time to do it. You know exactly what you're doing, so you don't have to think about it every time you go to do your hair. And lastly, it's more affordable. Who doesn't like more affordable hair care? So my routine is simple. I co-wash 3 times a week. I wash with shampoo once a week. I deep condition every single time I wash. I use rice water once or twice a month, which is every other week or just at the end of the month. And when it comes to moisturizing, I always use a leave-in conditioner or leave-in cream and an oil to seal it in and to oil my scalp. That's the basics of all my products. Occasionally, I want to maybe style my hair, so I might use slightly different products. I might use like gels or something like that. But on a regular, 90% of the time, this is my routine. This is what I do all the time, and that is what you need to do. Have a routine, make it simple, stick to it, and do the same thing over and over and over again, and you will start to see results. The second tip is for you to keep your hair in protective styles as much as possible, but make sure you know how to detangle your hair. Make sure you know how to prevent breakage, how to moisturize it in the protective style. I actually have a video on that. I will link it in the eye right here and also in the description box below. I do have a playlist on how I moisturize my hair in twists, how I moisturize my hair in cornrows, and what I do before and all that kind of stuff. So that's very important because sometimes you might do protective styles and one, they might not be protective styles, like little twists or little braids. My favorite protective styles, which is honestly what my hair is in 90% of the time, is braids. Just like maybe 5 to 10 big braids all over my head. Yeah, maybe about 8 to 10 big braids all over my head. Just like, simple ones. Those are my favorite. Low manipulation. When it comes to the braids, you can do twists also, not too small, just like average size as well. Twists all over your head. You can do cornrows only using your own hair. These protective styles are amazing because you can easily moisturize your hair in them. You can wash your hair while your hair is still in the protective style. You can use all these other treatments and you reduce the breaking, you reduce shedding. You don't have to comb your hair, so your ends are always protected as well because you can easily just put conditioner and whatever you want on the ends of your hair all the time. So I would highly suggest this. 90% of the time my hair is in a protective style, so you can try it as well, even just for a month or two, and see if you see a difference in your hair. The next one is sort of related to the last one, and this is I only detangle my hair 1 to 2 times a month, and this is because my hair is usually in protective styles. So usually what I would do is I'd maybe keep my hair in protective styles like for 2 weeks, let's say braids. Then I'll have 1 week where I undo the braids and I have like a braid out like this, and this will be another week where I won't comb my hair. Then on the day of washing it, I will go ahead and thoroughly detangle, remove any shed hairs, wash my hair, leave it out or put it back into a protective style, whatever. I like to give like a break, so this would be my break. The 1 week with my hair out, that's a break. Then I'll go back into my protective style, so I don't have to detangle my hair as much. Thus, I avoid too much shedding. I don't have excess breakage caused by combing and detangling, and you just see a big difference overall. So whatever you can do to not detangle and comb your hair, try that. The next one is I do not pick out my hair. So if I want to wear my hair like this, and maybe on the first day, if I need to fluff it out, first of all, I'll be very gentle. I'll get my pick like this. I will hold my hair taut and just go into the roots like that. And I am very gentle when I pick it out. Now, this is also rare because, like I said, my hair is usually in a protective style. I don't wear it out that often. So when I do it like this. Now, what I see is, I think the least offensive way to do this is to put a celebrity because, you know, they're kind of out there. I'm going to put a video of Kat Graham picking out her hair here. And as you can see, she's very violent with it, and I see even other YouTubers who have very nice hair. I guess they do everything else really well, but the picking part makes me cringe. Like when people are so violent and you can literally see hairs flying, or it looks like your scalp hurts, or if your scalp hurts while you're picking it out, you're doing it too violently. You should be very, very gentle and do it as little as possible. So if you're going to wear your hair like maybe not in a style like this, you literally just wash it and you leave it in a big fro. Don't like comb from the roots and pick it out all the way out. And if you wear your hair out like every single day, you're going to have to settle with not picking it out. Honestly, if you're doing it for the purpose of growth, you're going to have to stop picking out your hair. If you're doing it for the sake of the style, you don't care, maybe you want to maintain short or medium length hair, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're trying to grow your hair. So please do not pick out your hair unnecessarily. Again, I probably pick out my hair once every 1.5 months or something like that, because even when my hair is in a protective style, like first of all, I'm not really going anywhere, I'm usually home. So if I take this out, I'm not going to pick it out, I would just leave it. If I need to go out, I'd probably just put my hair up, put it in a head wrap or whatever, just work around it. But I will not pick it out just because, ooh, the damage is so much. Not to mention, you always pick out dry hair. And I'm sure you've heard lots of people say, don't comb dry hair because it breaks. This applies to picking it out because if you spray water to soften it, then your hair is going to shrink, and that's obviously going to defeat the purpose of why you're picking your hair out. So please try not to do that. The next one is reduce the amount of times you style your hair. Now, this probably goes for those who don't do protective styles often, because if your hair is in a protective style, obviously you won't be styling it. But if you like to keep your hair out like so, maybe you like to keep it in a braid out or a twist out or a wash and go, reduce the amount of time you do it and reduce the restyling time. So let's say you do your hair in a wash and go. Probably after day 4, your hair is starting to look a little more Your hair is starting to look a little more crusty, a little more frizzy. So you want to refresh it. And then when refreshing it, you might have to go in and comb it again and detangle and spray water and add more gel. That adds so much buildup. It adds too much detangling, too much manipulation to your hair. So I would say if you have to style your hair often, stick to once a week. No more than that. Like no more than that. If you can do it less, that's awesome. But if you have to style your hair, even if you use heat on your hair, because I know there are a lot of heat trained, heat, what do you guys call yourselves? Straight naturals, meaning you have natural hair but you prefer to wear your hair straight, but you still want your hair to be healthy and you still want to grow it. Obviously, heat is one of the worst things for your hair. It damages your hair. It causes a lot of heat damage. But if you prefer to wear your hair straight all the time, the heat damage doesn't necessarily matter because your hair is going to always be straight anyway. So what you're trying to do is just keep the hair as healthy as you can. Please try to even stretch to 2 weeks. That would be the best. So even if your last week is looking, or your last couple of days is looking a little funky, you know, just to work around it to reduce the amount of heat that you're going to use on your hair. And even if you use heat for styles like wash and goes to dry it with a diffuser and stuff, that heat causes very little damage, but it still is heat. So if you minimize the amount of times you do that as well, it's also greatly going to help you. To be honest, I usually just style my hair for videos when I'm filming, or if my protective style happens to be coming out on a day when I'm gonna go out, which is almost once every 2 weeks or once a month because it's still kind of like quarantine, then maybe I'll put my hair out. Otherwise, it's either in twists, in braids, or if it's in a braid out like this and I have to go out maybe in 3 days and my hair is looking funky, throw on a head wrap, and I'm done. The next thing is I do, not a don't, I stray from the natural hair line in products in the store. And the reason is, first of all, a lot of brands are not very inclusive of natural hair because somehow they assume everybody in the world has Caucasian or Asian hair. But just because something is marketed for that person does not mean it will work on you. It works vice versa. I've seen a lot of people who are different ethnicities that use hair products that are meant for black people, whether they're Caucasian, whether they're Asian or whatever, like Shea Moisture conditioners that have like mint in them, or there's this ORS shampoo that's very like minty fresh. That basically works for any texture, and I see a lot of people using it. It is very affordable and it makes your hair feel so good. The same way can work on the other side of the aisle. So I'm going to show you an example of two products that I have that are not necessarily meant for black people, but there's the Aussie 3 Minute Miracle Smooth. This is just one I got because I wanted to try it, but I usually use the Miracle Moist one. I think they have a curls line now, but initially this specific product was not marketed to black people. It's just basically marketed for all hair, which is what most of these kinds of products that are outside of the natural hair aisle are. They just market them to all people, but the all people is kind of more like Caucasian hair. But this works great on my hair. Doesn't work as a deep conditioner, but it works very well as a conditioner. This is another one, the John Frieda Frizz Ease Serum. I love this serum. It makes my hair feel so soft. I don't know how they did it. And it actually says for thick, coarse hair. It makes my hair shaft feel very smooth, but it doesn't feel greasy like I've put a pomade on my hair and it's blocking any other moisture from going into my hair. This has barely any natural products in it. The first ingredient I cannot even read. Cyclopentasiloxane. Cyclopentasiloxane. Then there's dimethicone, perfume. Then there's limonene, Bambusa vulgaris stem extract. Does that not sound like a Harry Potter spell? There's basically no natural ingredient aside from that vulgaris one that I can point out that's like, this is natural and it will make your hair grow. You don't only have to use natural hair products. This is just my philosophy and my opinion and what I've done with my hair and what is working for my hair. I do see a lot of naturals that say, if you want your hair to grow, make sure you use all natural products, make your own conditioners, just use like aloe vera gel to detangle, use egg and avocado deep conditioning masks. And sure, if that works for them and it works for you, you can go ahead and do that. For me, I also value time versus money. And if I can find a product that works better or just the same as something I can make myself for almost the same price or the same price, I would prefer to buy the product because I know it has a longer shelf life. I know that the ingredients are balanced, because just because ingredients are natural doesn't mean they can't have a reaction against each other, because everything is chemical, even natural things. So if something is chemically formulated and balanced, I would prefer to use that. Another perfect example I can give is coconut oil. My hair hates coconut oil. If I put pure coconut oil in my hair, I don't need to wait for 5, 10, 20 minutes. Instantly, as soon as I put it on my hair feels extremely hard, like I cannot use it. However, if coconut oil or coconut water is incorporated into a product, it works fine on my hair as long as the first ingredient is not coconut. For example, currently this is my favorite leave-in conditioner. It's the one that's in my hair right now. It is the Moisture Miracle Coconut and Baobab Oil Hydrate and Strengthen Leave-In Cream. That is what it looks like. You can see I have used it a lot because this is a huge tub and it's almost finished. And if you look in the ingredients, it's water as the first ingredient, then there's shea butter, glycerin, I don't know what this other oil, oh, grapeseed oil, then coconut oil. So also, just to read products, the first ingredient is always what's the most in the product, and the last ingredient is what has the least amount of product. So if you buy something that says pure coconut oil and then you look at the back and it says mineral oil, paraffinium liquidum, and then it says petrolatum, and then at the end you see coconut oil, that means you basically just have mineral oil and Vaseline with a couple drops of coconut oil. So with something like this, it is perfectly formulated. I do not feel anything of like the coconutty effects. It smells like coconut. And also even like gels, Making flaxseed gel is like a good option. It works really well, but it's also very time consuming and it doesn't have a long shelf life because obviously, like, okay, the shorter the shelf life, the healthier the ingredient is, sure, but it doesn't always translate that way in your hair. So I would just say experiment, go in the Caucasian aisle, find that shampoo that says extreme moisture, use it on your hair. You will be shocked. It will probably really moisturize your hair very nicely. I am always open to trying products that are not meant for natural hair because as long as it does the job, it does the job, and I'm hoping to try more stuff. So if there's any products that you want me to try in the comment section below, please comment them in the comment section, and if you want me to try them so you can know if they're good or not, let me know as well by giving this video a big thumbs up. Hit my face here if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and you did it in the beginning. Watch the 2 videos on the side of the screen right here if you'd like to see any of my older videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!